Good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B. How are y'all doing today? It is the beginning of a new month. It's August 1st, 2022 today. And the moon is currently 14% into going towards the new moon phase, or the full moon phase, excuse me. And according to my little app here, it says the moon age is 3 days, 19 hours, and 50 minutes. And the full moon is in 10 days, which is, a Thursday. Awesome. The 11th. Full moon on the 11th. Gotta love that number. Alright, hello to everyone in Rockfan, Brian CB, Music Guru, Eric R, Alex Lowry, Anthony Bergs, Mark Wanschraba, Ashley Knopp. Good to see you all today. Bonjour. And oh, look at there. Dr. Law's already in chat. Good to see you, Dr. Law. Let me go to the top. Oh, wow. Sherry Ives. Jameson Kimbrell. Hey, I got your email the other day. Thank you for emailing me. Rachel, New York Truth. Singe Man. Awesome Austin. Rob Cleveland, National Memorial Gardens. Capalicious 420. Matrix 1. You're listening while you're at work. NH Guy. Corey Fish. Happy Monday. Free Flow. Tom Etchison. Jolly Man says oi oi. Young Willie. Hello Boston Ray. Hello Mojo Shop. Lowry, high on coffee as we speak. I know, I'm on my second cup. This is my second cup today, and I don't drink more than 2 cups a day. Although I admit that my cups are big, and they're probably closer to 2 cups each. Well, no, 1 cup is 8 ounces, so it's like a cup and a half. So it's actually closer to like 3 cups a day, actual measured volume of coffee. But I don't drink more than that anymore. I stopped there. I don't do the, making pot after pot, drinking coffee all day long thing anymore, because that was really messing with me. I stopped that. THC Truthers Hour of Comedy. Good to see you. Child's Biz Woofer. Hello. You're out of coffee? Bruh. How does that happen? I don't know about all that. Young enough to be Dave's grandson? Come on, brother. Alright, let me get I have to get my windows in order here. I'm a little bit late today, I'm sorry, because I had to go with Ted to drop his vehicle off at the place that fixes cars. The weird place that had his, was on the back of the Civic. Hi, Dave Hinkle. Oh, hello, Amos. Cheers. Thank you for the tip. Diggum Smack. F.E. Viking. Yeah, you know what, Brian? Music Guru does do great YouTube community posts. They get a lot of, they're funny. Him and Jim Bob do good community posts on YouTube. It's pretty cool that they, I don't know. I guess I thought YouTube would be a little bit more uptight about the stuff that you share on that, but they're not. And I haven't seen anybody get in trouble for, what is going on? That's so weird. For anything that they've posted on the YouTube. Is my stream going okay, you guys? All right. I guess it's okay. Nobody's. Oh my god. Nobody's complaining, so I guess we're okay. All right. 1 second. I also didn't open my phones yet. Oh my goodness, I need to get my shit together. Did you guys see that I shared this video in my Telegram chat of Trump bragging about how fast he got the GB jab mandated or approved, not a mandated. He had it. He's bragging about him being responsible for getting it approved and produced in a record amount of time, and then of course, then Biden went and mandated it, right after they were saying that nobody wanted to.
Welcome to the conference center.
Nobody wanted to take
you are a host.
the GB jab because it was Trump's. So, yeah. Okay, so there we go. Have that open. All right. And it just blows my mind that anybody would think that Trump was on our side. I mean, it just blows my mind. Let me see if I'm going to play it for you guys here real quick.
As far as the vaccine, I'm very proud of it. I pushed the FDA like they've never been pushed. They don't like me too much. I'm not so sure I like them. Very bureaucratic. But I got them to approve a great vaccine, 3 of them, in a period of less than 9 months. I was told by Fauci and everybody else it would take 3 to 5 years and probably 5, and it probably won't even happen. And I got it done in less than 9 months. So I consider it a great achievement. I actually think that if we didn't get it done, worldwide, you would have another Spanish flu, which killed almost 100 million people, according to history.
Mr. President.
50 to 100. They don't even know.
Moved a coronavirus booster shot. The administration is getting set to recommend a 3rd shot for the fully vaccinated. Sir, would you get a booster shot?
Let me tell you, I'm very proud of the vaccines. The vaccines weren't supposed to happen for 3 to 5 years. I brought the FDA in. Nobody has talked to the FDA like I did. They don't like me very much. We have a vaccine, and it's saving millions of lives throughout the world. I think we'd have a Spanish flu situation like in 1917. I really do. I believe that. And we're, maybe 100 million people, 50 million, 100 million people like that.
I mean, come on. How could anybody think that that guy is in favor of the people? Brags about it. And we all know what happened as a result. I know. The Q narrative caught more people than I ever would have guessed. Totally. What did I see recently that was also being tied to Q? Oh my god, what was it? It was something crazy. I can't remember now. But it was being conflated with Q. Something like, oh man, I can't remember. Hopefully it'll come to me. I can't remember. But it was terrible. Got booed. Better get vaxxed. Hey, you know what? They're all over the South, Austin. It's not just Florida. It's all over the South. I mean, there was a dude who was driving his truck around here with like a Trump flag and a Stars and Bars flag. Right? Trust the plan. Well, do you think he's really gonna run? Let's see. Will Trump run for president? Let's go see what the Normie News says. Let's see. Trump says decision to run in 2024 is already made, and now he's weighing when to announce candidacy. Oh, well, there you go. So I guess he is going to run again. Donald Trump says he's made his mind up about running for president again, and the puppet show continues. Well, in my own mind, I've already made that decision, so nothing factors in anymore. Trump, 76, says in an interview with New York Magazine, blah, blah, blah. Well, there you go. So I guess he is going to run again. So who are they going to make Trump's running mate this year? Yeah, it's everywhere again. Yeah, that's why. Because I guess this came out and that's why it's everywhere again. So he is going to run again. They made him go quiet for all this time, right? He's been quiet ever since like the January 6th thing, right? Really haven't heard very much from him. And so now it's getting like in the latter half of the Biden presidency, right? So now they're going to start, now it's already to start thinking about it's already starting to, this time to start thinking about the next presidential selection. Yeah. I don't think we have an election. No. We will have an election, though it might be full-blown war by then. I don't think I don't know if we're going to be in war. I think they just keep threatening us with war, but they haven't actually done it yet. This is just my opinion. I don't think they're not gonna do that. They have other ways of making us pay. They don't even have to do that. My phone lines are already open, by the way, just so y'all know. 848-222-2480. All planned out evil. Of course it is. Of course this is all planned out evil. It's always been a plan. And especially when you look back at the things that have gone on throughout the decades. I mean, you can see how they set it all up, like the series of events that sort of set this cabal up in place, starting around the late 1800s. Well, I mean, I guess it really started before that, but it really came into effect at that time. And then the whole thing with 1913 and wasn't that when the Federal Reserve, and then 1933 they got away from the gold standard, or something happened in 33, but there have been like a whole, I can't even remember. I'm not very good at citing like historical dates and events. Like, I don't memorize that stuff and I find it completely boring. But if the information is there, you can go in and look up the bank holiday, all that crap. You can see what they had been doing the whole time, the way they set it all up. And the false paradigm of the right versus left, the red versus the blue. I mean, that's like classic divisionist programming that they'd been doing this whole time. Kamala resigns, Michelle Obama is nominated, Biden resigns, Michelle becomes president and nominates Gavin Newsom VP. Oh, you know what? Who was that? We were talking about that the other day, that Gavin Newsom was going to be the Democratic presidential puppet in the next election, right? So it'll be gruesome Newsom versus Trump, which is like two really cocky, arrogant dudes. I think that'll be that's like, for me, I feel like that's a recipe for comedy gold right there. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, have you seen Gavin Newsom? He's like a total douche. I mean, I already knew about him because, I'm from California, and so that guy's, been putting his stink all over that state for quite some time. So, it's going to be pretty funny. I mean, for people that don't buy into it, it's just a huge distraction, right? It's like it's like the new version of, remember back when we were young and we used to watch, sitcoms on TV, and they actually had some shows that were funny and entertaining? Well, now all of those are shit, and the sitcoms and the entertaining comedy stuff is what they tell you is real life. And that's the funny shit, except it's almost not funny because it is real life and some people believe it. So it's like funny ironic, not funny ha ha. Hey, we got a call. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, good morning, Karen. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, I'm doing good, thanks. Just driving in beautiful Louisiana right now, so if you want to call it that. Anyway, so I'm calling because there's a theory going around that the plan, and this, you could imagine how this could change the whole lineup, would be that Kamala Harris would accept some position somewhere for some big NGO, saving the planet, working for the environment or something, some big deal. So she would resign, and Biden would nominate Michelle Obama as vice president. At some point in the future, Biden would come forward and just say, look, I can't continue. My health is declining. I'm going to resign and allow Michelle Obama to become president. And then she nominates Gavin Newsom. And maybe that's the reason why he showed up at the White House last week. But, this is a theory, but it is constitutionally legal for them to do this. And this would be without any vote from anybody. And you can imagine the excitement this would cause among the Democrats and sick white liberals, and rhino Republicans would vote for her. They'd have her on every morning show and The View and everything. It'd be a big deal. And then they would get another 6 years or 5 years of Barack Obama in office. So this would be very difficult, I think, for Trump or anybody else to run against. And it would be a real game changer in the race. And they would just continue on with the same shell game. What do you think?
That's a crazy theory. I'm wondering, how is that constitutionally legal for him to resign as president and just pick some person and put them in that spot?
Well, the president has the power to do that under the Constitution. It was done when Nixon resigned and Ford came in, and Ford nominated his successor. And in the past, this has been done also. So I can't remember the exact instance. I read a whole article on it, but, you can look into it, but it is legal. Nobody would have to vote for it, and they would be able to simply, shell in whoever they wanted to. You could see that this ship is burning for them. Kamala is probably hated among just about everybody. I mean, she has an extremely low approval rating. Biden is obviously a puppet, and he doesn't make any decisions. He's just reading a teleprompter. And they're going for broke. They're pushing their agenda forward, and then they would not have to suffer any blowback from this stuff, because they would claim, Obama's coming in, they're going to fix all of it. Barack would be coming back in the White House again, but this time as first man. You could see how this is the typical WWF setup. And Trump is a big part of this. Trump is an actor. He was on WWF or WCW.
Yep.
Playing a heel manager. I mean, this is all that all of these things are. It's just like NFL football is a total sham, and they have they create these events like the rise of the Patriots after 9/11, or the Saints winning the Super Bowl after Katrina, or the Pot Bowl when when Colorado goes against Washington, and then it's the two black quarterbacks and the old white quarterback against the young black. It's all of these things are just marketing scams, and people are susceptible to all of this stuff. And this would be the ultimate marketing scam for them to be able to push this forward. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that, and I think it's something to think about.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Okay, you too.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess, what do you say, when Nixon resigned? Let's see, what happened If I could type. When Nixon resigned. In an evening televised address on August 8, 1974, Richard M. Nixon announces his intention to become the first president in American history to resign, with impeachment proceedings underway against him for his involvement in Watergate affair. Nixon was finally bowing to pressure from the public Congress to leave the White House. Nixon officially ended his term as the 37th President of the United States. Before departing with his family in a helicopter from the White House lawn, he smiled. Blah, blah, blah. Minutes later, Vice President Gerald R. Ford was sworn in as the 38th President of the United States. Okay, see, well, Gerald R. Ford, he was already the Vice President. See, Michelle Obama is not holding any office right now. So, that's the Vice President. Or was he saying that Kamala resigns and then Michelle Obama becomes the Vice President? Is that what he was saying? Now I'm confused. Michelle Obama resigns or Kamala resigns and then they put Michelle Obama in there and then Biden resigns and Michelle Obama becomes president? Was that how it went? America as a whole is the biggest marketing scam ever, yeah. These colors don't run, another pussy shit patriots say. Michelle Obama comes back as first man. Kamala introduced herself with her pronouns in Iowa. That shit flies in California, but not the Bible Belt. Talk about totally out of touch with the public. At least she didn't try an accent this time. Did she try to fake an accent? Get out. That's hilarious. Yeah, because, if Kamala resigns, then it goes to Nancy Pelosi. Is she still Secretary of State? I don't even pay attention to these freaking clowns anymore, you know? Like, I don't even know, I'm not even sure who's who. I just know that they're all 100% corrupt, and they're all criminals, and they all lie, and none of them give a shit about any of us. None of them give a shit about any of us. So that doesn't look like that is how that really went down for Nixon and Ford, because Ford was already the vice president. So I'm looking for when a president stepped down and then somebody who wasn't already the vice president or in line became president. Did that happen? Pelosi is House Majority Leader. Okay, thanks, Ben. Also, Pelosi is the official drink tester. Yeah. Whatever. They all suck. Okay, yes, everybody's saying Pelosi is Speaker of the House, right? So she's third in line for president, right? That's what that means. Kamala resigns, Michelle Obama is nominated. Biden resigns, Michelle, because that's what it is. That's what he said. I see the comment here in Rockfin. Well, we'll see. Hi, Spicy Sarah. Oh, by the way, we are having another family move to the Carolinas, and they are joining the FE Kakalaki crew, and that is Austin and Kai Whitsitt. Austin and Kai Whitsitt will soon be here next week. So anybody local who wants to help Austin and Kai unload furniture into their new place, I think Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be helping them out. So it's going to be awesome. Another moving party. So we had Grounded Extracts family move here, the Spicy Sarah and Griff family move here, and now we're getting Kai and Austin. Didn't we get somebody else? Because there was 3 recently, wasn't there? Who am I forgetting? Austin, it was Grounded Extracts, Spicy Sarah and Griff, and then there was one more. I can't remember. Or maybe Austin and Kai is the 3rd one, and I just have been including them already for a minute. I don't know. And they're going to be in Chesney. Trump gets an anti-vax vote. Hold on, I lost that freaking comment. Darn it. 75% of Dems gasoline drops to $3. Trump says, see how great I am, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and I was reading something else talking about how that they say the president doesn't affect gas prices is a lie. And I kind of agree with it because isn't Biden the Biden administration, the one who put restrictions on refining American oil? Like, we have enough oil in America that we just can provide ourselves the oil. We don't have to be buying oil from anybody. You guys realize that, right? Like, we don't need to do that. I was reading a quote from somebody that said that they worked in the oil industry and that there's enough discovered oil in the United States to provide oil to the United States for the next 400 years. So why are we paying these insane prices at the pump from buying oil from OPEC when we could pump our own shit? That's what I want to know. Are you kidding? David, are you serious? Do I have to change it? What happened? Oh my God, it does! Oh, what the heck is going on here? Oh boy. Am I still streaming? Whatever that did messed with me. Holy shit balls. Logged me out of freaking YouTube. Oh my goodness. All right. Sorry, you guys. Let me go. Okay, I have to fix that. Holy crap. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to go in and fix that right now. Oh, no. That's terrible. Terrible. Okay, what is the new URL? Oh my goodness. David. Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to... Can you send me a new link? David. In Skype. Holy smokes. I don't want that crap going to people. I don't know. Thank you, Zach, for telling me. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna disable that timer for right now. What else is here? All right. Sorry about that. Just use this. All right. Okay. Hopefully that's it. That fixes it. Is the porn site better than the app? Yeah, Nightbot's supposed to spam. He's not supposed to entertain you. He's supposed to spam links to my links to Flattoberfest and stuff. By the way, I'm doing an event called Flattoberfest, and I would like for you all to join me there. Oh my gosh, wait, first before that all came, I had a I have to go reconnect to my phone line too. Shit. Whenever I clicked on that link to check it, it logged me out of YouTube. So that thing was like trying to attack. Hello? I see you on there, Dennis. Let me just get back into my
Welcome to the conference center. You are a host.
Oh, I lost you guys. Okay, well I have the I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm back in there. I'm back in my call board, you guys. Hey Ute. Oh Ute, is that your new channel? Chance, YouTube is calling for a strong hurricane at new moon late August. Peace. You know what? When they were talking about that on Globebusters yesterday, that totally makes sense to me, you guys, because when you get huge weather changes like that, it comes with a big pressure change, and it's always warmer, right? The hurricanes always come with warmer weather. So, and the new moon is not reflecting any cold moonlight, right? Or not shining any cold moonlight. And so I think, and I have noticed over the last couple of years when I try to pay attention, that the weather the temperatures do dip a little bit during the full moon phase, and then they go back up. That's like part of it. So it totally makes sense that hurricanes are more common during a new moon phase because it's warmer. Oh. No, nobody hacked my Nightbot. What it is the link that DITRH had that tiny URL has been changed to go to a porn site. How does that even happen? Somebody had to have hacked the tiny URLs somehow. Or hijack. How does that even happen? I've never seen that. I've never seen a link to a tiny URL change like that. So somebody directly hacked that link. And I didn't even realize that that was possible. Okay, going back to callers. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, it's Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Hey, I had three quick things. You were talking about the presidents, and I don't know about the case of what you were looking for, where somebody that was not vice president became president. But I do know I've got a book on the early presidents of the United States, and it goes back before the Constitution. That only took place in the late 1780s, but the country first declared independence in 1776, and the Continental Congress that declared that was formed in 1775, and the first president of that was Peyton Randolph, who the book argues, it has the list of the presidents before George Washington, because he was only the first president under the Constitution, but the Articles of Confederation before that, which was put in place, made a law by the Continental Congress. Well, anyway, so arguably, much more than George Washington, Peyton Randolph, who was president in 1775, he was the first president of the United States, and there were several, I think like 14 or something, I forgot the number, but it's a book with all their biographies, and it's not what typically taught, obviously, in American history, but it's the actual truth. Peyton Randolph was the first president of the U.S., but the other thing I wanted to say was you were talking about Trump, and there was an analysis, there was an interview of a Russian political philosopher who many in the U.S. hate. They call him a fascist, which is a slander, but he's viewed by many as the brains behind Putin and whatnot. But I'm talking about Alexander Dugin. And this Australian lady, Lauren Southern, she did an interview of him that's on YouTube. But anyway, I think I posted on your Facebook page a clip of it. But anyway, I posted like a 10-minute clip. And in that, he gives an analysis of Trump. When he was elected, he said the essence of it, he was surprised and impressed, but more so with the American people, that they didn't do what was expected when they elected Trump. So he's impressed more with Trumpism, is a promising phenomenon more than Trump himself. As expected, Trump has some good points. He's not totally bad, but he unsurprisingly, he during his first term, he showed his weaknesses, like this, caving at the liberal agenda. He bragging about, like you were pointing out, how he supporting all this vaccination policy and stuff. But the fact that the people rejected Clinton was that was a promising factor. He thought, and I agreed. I thought I'd mention Alexander Dugin, because I won't go off on him, but that's I'd recommend him to anybody. Amazon doesn't sell his books, and I think on Facebook he's got a web page, but I shared his Telegram links, and I don't have any money on Facebook or YouTube or any of this, but I've received the only warning I've ever got for Facebook in several years of having a Facebook account. For that, obviously they hate the guy, so he's doing something right as far as I'm concerned. The only other thing I got, I did go to that Design Science Association. This is more on science. a couple weeks ago, and they got a meeting every month, and they got big names. It's not a lot of people attend, but they've got big names. What's the big creationist? I mean, he's had trouble in recent years, but Dr. Dino, I can't think of his name, but anyway, his son's a leader of a major creation science group that in Florida that's going to be speaking there in a couple months. Anyway, what I found out from that research is, on the that I called in for 2 or 3 weeks ago about continental drift. I got a couple of books about it, but anyway, I found out one thing, that there's a similarity between the modern creation science movement and the modern flat Earth movement. Both primarily seem the modern aspects of them. They both came from to a large extent, they came out of Seventh-day Adventism, because the flat Earth is the definitive history of it by Robert Schadewald. It's online, and I think I sent a copy of it to you, so you've got it. But it's Plain Truth: A History of the Flat Earth Movement by Robert Schadewald. It's free online. Mm-hmm. But he details how in the late 19th century, the majority of the flat earthers were Seventh-day Adventists, and they had a convention in London, I think in 1892, the Universal Ascetic Society, and it was kind of similar to I think today's movement. It's a parallel, and how do you say, like these the people, what's this conference in Ohio, Take on the World, and they're largely Robbie Davidson and others were member of them. The Torah movement. It's very similar aspects to the Seventh-day Adventists. But anyway, the creation science movement, and there's a history of it by a Seventh-day Adventist that's many consider, both creationist and anti-creationist, evolutionists, consider it the definitive book. Ronald Numbers, it's called The Creationist, and I just got a copy of it from Amazon. It's outstanding. It's the most informative by far, because it goes back into the 19th century and 20th century, and I think the geologist on the flood that has these old school, but his position, which is George McReady Price, because he was the mentor of the founders of modern creation science movement since the 1960s. But George McReady Price was a late 19th century, early 20th century Seventh-day Adventist. He and several others, but it talks about him in Ronald Numbers' book, The Creationist, which does for the creation science movement what Robert Schadewald's book does for the flat earth movement. And both of those books show how both of those modern movements largely, they had a disproportional influence from the Seventh-day Adventist. I just thought that was an interesting point. But as far as continental drift, I noticed that, in my opinion, since the Seventh-day Adventist, it seems that, like that organization that I found out I posted that opposes continental drift, and it was founded in China, but it's got people, scientists that oppose continental drift from all over the world. Like there's books from by this guy from Spain, a couple different Russian authors, and a Chinese author. Anyway, what I want to say, the creation scientists largely have they've adopted, not all of them, but for the most part, they've adopted continental drift since about the 90s, about this time that organization started. So it seems like, to some extent, at least as far as continental drift, they following the how do you say, they're cowards that are following the bandwagon. They're following the world. They're not like the George McReady Price or those guys from the early 20th century that founded the movement. They're more compromisers. I mean, they've still got some good points, but I like that book that I bought and I was disappointed and threw it in the trash can. I'd be wary of. I'd be picky about the creation science book, but there's still a good one out there. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
All right. Awesome.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can
All
hear
right,
you.
all right.
Sorry, I just, I'm in my job, and when I'm not, I'm in a, how do you say, a wormhole. But I'll let you go, and yeah, that's all I got. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Dennis. All right. Well, while Dennis was on that call, I did read a message in Twitch that somebody said Gerald Ford did become vice president after. Let's see when. Blah, 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 blah. He's the only president to have never been elected to the office of president or vice president. He previously served as a leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives and as the 40th president when Richard Nixon resigned from 74. So Spiro Agnew was supposed to be was the vice president of Nixon, and he resigned, and then Gerald Ford became the vice president. So that is what happened. Okay, so he was right. That's what I was trying to get to. Okay, so Spiro Agnew resigns, Gerald Ford becomes vice president, and then Nixon resigns, and Ford becomes president without having ever been elected as president. Okay, so there you go. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to see how it worked out before. Very cool. Yeah, so they can totally screw us over. Isn't that great? Isn't that great, you guys? They can put a president in office that you didn't vote for. Well, let's just be honest. They don't ever put anybody in office that you vote for. They might think you voted for them, but they were probably going to be the president anyway. Gerald Ford was on the Warren Commission 10 years before becoming president without being elected. Nixon's vice was Nelson Rockefeller. That's what I saw too. Was there his vice president, right? When he was president, his vice president was Nelson Rockefeller. Look at this guy. Oh my god. Looks like a cartoon character. Some of these people, they end up just looking like caricatures of themselves. Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller. And he was the governor of New York. Yeah. Okay, so he was just a Rockefeller who was, neck deep in all this BS. See, I mean, 100% corrupt. What did George Carlin say a long time ago? He said this country was bought and paid for a long time ago. Yeah. It's a big club and you ain't in it. All our present history has an extra 1,000 years added to it that never existed. Entirely possible. There's a movie that Jack always wants people to watch. It's called Patterns of Evidence, the Exodus or something like that, and it talks about how the timeline was just completely jacked up. They just lie about the timeline, and it's like almost that simple. It could just be that simple. All they have to do is lie about the timeline, and then nobody can get it right, and nobody knows how to reconcile that 1,000 years. And it does make sense if they added 1,000 years. That the buildings that they say are so old or built so long ago weren't built so long ago, and they really aren't so old. And that it was much more recent. I mean, it totally is possible. Oh, 100% on point. 100% on point. I need to get back into my Rockfin chat here. I lost it. In the Scribble Scrabble. Cheers, thank you for the tip. Rachel says Trump 2024. Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be Trump 2024. Hi, Mari. Okay. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, good morning, Karen.
Hello, JM. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing fantastic, and I'm sure Mr. Stavely is excited now that you've made the big announcement that the Trump man is coming back to save us all in 2024.
Absolutely. Yes. He's never been happier. I think he's putting Trump stickers on his car right now.
Awesome! In all seriousness, though, I really want to say thank you to you and Brian for Saturday night broadcasting that live show of One Big Love. That was really good. And whatever microphone you guys had, it came across great on the stream.
Brian.
I mean, they sounded awesome on the stream.
That was Brian just streaming off his phone.
Yeah, it came through great. I mean, One Big Love, of course, but they were good. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys very much. That was very pleasant.
Oh, well, Brian says you're welcome.
But I was calling you with some more interesting news. As you know, I have a tendency to talk to people about reality when I'm out around town.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having breakfast this weekend with my dogs, of course, and I was chatting with some of the people in the place where we like to go for breakfast on the weekend mornings. And the one lady was talking to me, and she said, yeah, she goes, we're having to start get ready now. We're probably going to have to be masking up again. And I looked at her and I said, what the fuck are you talking about? She goes, well, you know, with the increase in cases. I said, where? On TV?
Exactly.
And she looked at me and she said, well, you know, they've already warned us that we need to start preparing and we're going to have to get ready for possibly masking back up. And I said, you know, it's real simple on what you guys need to do. I said, you've already had trouble getting people to work here for over 2 years, haven't you? She said, yeah, we've had a tough time. And then she even said, she goes, as a matter of fact, me and my family just the other week went to San Antonio to go to the Six Flags. She goes, everything was shut down there. I said, you don't say. And she goes, yeah. I said, because of the scary air? And she goes, no. They don't have any employees to work there to run the rides.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
She said, the only thing... They're paying people not to work. You know that, right? They're still paying people not to work there.
Are they still doing that? That's still a thing. See,
yes.
I don't even pay attention. I just can't with.
Yeah, if you
anymore.
look at the true numbers and look at the labor participation is as low as it was in the 70s.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's massive no unemployment. Unemployment's down to 3% That's a bullshit number because the labor participation is off the charts. There is no friggin' labor participation. People are getting paid to still sit on their asses.
Well, and then we're in a recession. Nobody's working, so why would GDP be going up if nobody's working? Right? It makes sense.
Exactly. People have gotten lazy over 2 friggin' years. They're sitting home going, I'm getting my free money. I'm getting my free money. And it's absolute insanity what's going on. And people are just like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But I told her, and it was funny because, you know, I can get, how should I put it? I can get a little excited when I get passionate about something. And a couple other employees came over, not because they were worried about anything, because they were wanting to hear what I was saying. I said, you people have the power. Not the company, not the store. I said, what the fuck are they going to do if you go, I ain't wearing your mask, and you walk out the door? They're going to have to close their business. Can they handle that anymore? Can they handle closing the doors anymore? Oh, well, they could fire us. I said, really? They don't have anybody to replace you. If they fire you, they can't even run the drive-thrus. You know those masks make you sick. You know you feel like crap when you wear those masks. And you know every single one of you, when you wore a mask all day, you went home with a friggin' headache at the end of every day. They're like, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Do not wear them. You don't have to wear them. I said, y'all ought to know me by now. You ever see me wear a mask? No. I said, I didn't have any trouble getting food. I didn't have any trouble getting what I wanted. If a place wanted to be an asshole, screw them. I didn't do business there anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I did.
When I was out yesterday, there was a lot more people wearing their masks, because Biden, he's got just a very rare rebound case. You understand, right?
Well, that and the WHO declared the monkeypox an emergency, a national emergency, like it's the next big thing. So once they did that, immediately people started masking themselves again. It's so stupid. Even though
here's the sad thing. Do you realize 99% of the people that are getting the friggin' monkeypox are, I don't know, in the male gay community?
Yeah, I know. It's like the same thing. It's basically the same thing as AIDS. But everybody's going to put masks on their face for it.
Do. It's like, if you really want to get your stuff spread around, hate to say this, but Karen, guys are guys, and we're guys, and if you want, guys will pretty much do anything with the thing between their legs. A lot of them ain't too smart.
I know.
And
I know because I lived in California. I grew up in San Francisco and Sacramento, and both of those places have a very large gay population, and I had a lot of gay friends. I know. Too much. Yeah, I mean, it's not derogatory to any, but it's just guys. Forget who you sleep with. It's just there's a lot of guys that'll just and it's easy to get something like that spread around in that community. The more I look at it, that AIDS was clearly created by the system to spread amongst that community. Oh, they did PCR tests, and then they medicated people. It's the same thing. They have like this magic formula, and it just keeps working over and over and over. They, lie about it. They make it up, and then they make up the test to go find it, and they figure out how they're going to extrapolate that data and target certain groups of people, the most vulnerable, right? And then they're going to increase their numbers in tests that way with their bogus PCR test. And then they start giving people medications because they got their positive bogus PCR test. I mean, they literally do it for the same thing for multiple different things. They keep doing it over and over and over. And it works.
Yep. I mean, there's nothing new. I used to laugh a long time ago before my eyes were actually being open. Oh, yeah, what do you mean there's nothing new underneath the sun? And I look around now and go, geez, this has all been done before. It's literally the same scripts they're running over and over and over again. I found a song, actually YouTube recommended this on my YouTube feed about a week ago. It was a country and western song, and I'm sure you can probably guess I'm not the biggest country and western kind of listener, but it was about a song about they're closing down Detroit. And I was like, all right, I'll listen to it. It was actually a decent song, but this was about 12 years ago when we had the last mortgage meltdown. And it was talking about all that stuff. And I'm like, they're doing the exact same thing. That's the industry I'm in. I'm watching exactly what they're doing again, and they're running the same script all over again. Nothing new. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
The only big difference they're doing, though, right now, which is the scary part, is the big corporations are buying up the single-family homes.
Yeah.
I read an article. There's a magazine that comes out every month in the area that I live in, and it's actually got some decent news articles in it because it's more of a smaller thing. The number of sales of homes in 2021 per NAR, which is National Association of Realtors. Well, Harris County, which is the largest county in the Houston area, almost 40% of the single-family homes sold in 2021 were sold to corporations, large corporations.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. In Montgomery County, which is a county that is north of Houston, which is a growing county, almost 30% of homes So actually a little bit, just a tad bit above 30% were sold to corporations in Montgomery County. And Montgomery County is more considered, more of the rural type areas, more of the, away from the city type areas.
Right.
But even those are getting bought up